Hey everybody, it's Uriel Tussaud, back again here with our Caldari rookie pilot, Uriel, ready for go through the tutorial. First off, want to go over some things on the screen, explain them a little bit. Down here, you have your capacitor and your compass wheel. It shows your shield, armor, structure. It's like your health levels in other MMOs. Your equipment, they're called modules. Like we start with the civilian Gatling gun and civilian miner and an afterburner. And what I was in the last video, I mentioned a little bit about the capacitor. What the capacitor does is it powers a lot of your modules. Like as your modules run, they use capacitor. It's here. I'll pull up the fitting. This what shows what you have equipped on your ship, and like right over here it says, the capacitor. Like, stable is the way you want it. When you start to customize your ships and stuff like that, you'll end up not stable a lot. But that's fine as long as you can manage it properly. And that it takes practice and learning skills, both character skills and actual player skills also. It goes through offense. Like right now, I've got just this one gun. I can do 4.4 DPS. Defense, your estimated hit points, counts your shields. These are your resistances from the 4 damage types, which are EM, thermal, kinetic, and explosive. You can see the Caldari here have a bonus to kinetic and explosive damage on their rookie ship. These rookie ships, you can always have one. If your ship ever gets destroyed and you're left in your capsule and you escape with your capsule, because the capsule flies, and that's you want to run away because you don't want to die in your capsule, because there are things called implants that you can get to make your character even better. And if your capsule gets destroyed, it's called being potted, and you lose all your implants. So you always want to get away. Well, if you can dock into a friendly station, and you don't have any ships there, you get one of these rookie ships again. So you don't have to fly just around in your capsule. It gives you a little bit extra protection. They're not very strong or anything, but they have to destroy this ship again before they can get to your capsule. These are the different camera modes. Like me personally, I like the auto tracking. So whatever I click on, it will point at. So like if I click on this rogue cloning facility here, it automatically looks there. This is your safety here. Until you get familiar with the game, I wouldn't mess with it too much. What this does is it allows you to attack or like steal from cargo containers and stuff from other players. When it's green, it means you can't do any of those things. Yellow, it will ask you, because it'll make sure that you want to do that. Like it talks about suspect status, there's suspect, and then criminal. And when you're suspect or criminal, people can attack you just because you are a suspect and a criminal. Then disable safety. That's the way most people, once you become experienced, you play this way. And the reason is because you never know if once you get out into low sec and null sec and stuff, because anyone you meet is potentially trying to kill you. That's the nature of the beast. We'll just leave it for green now. I normally, when I'm flying around in high sec, I fly yellow just in case I come across someone that is hostile towards me. Your chat window down here, you have your local, your corp, and rookie help. Here, I'll expand it here. Now see, here's where I was talking about the icons. They're right here. I always extend this out a little bit so I can see the names. And I actually, right over here, channel settings, I show text only because I don't need all the pictures. I highlight my messages so when I type, I can see it. And right here, it shows how many players are in this channel. In the rookie help, there are 1,935. Now local is just for this system, and it tells us right here. There's a little picture of a capsule. This capsule there's the channel. There's 29 people, so that means there's 29 people in this system. This symbol here is infantry. It's from Dust 5.1. I think it was 5.14 or something like that. It was a FPS set in the EVE universe. It set in this same universe. Like stuff that happened in the spaceship game affected stuff down on the ground on planets in Dust. But I believe Dust is no more. It was on PS4, and they talked about bringing it to PC, but I don't believe it's supported anymore. I don't know. Let's see. Member list over here. This is also like you can place bounties on people. You can give people money, add them as contacts, start conversations, invite to duels. I would recommend, until you know what you're doing and you have skills and everything, and you're comfortable flying your ship perfectly. Well, not perfectly. I mean, you're going to see me. I'm not very good at this game. I know how to do things, but I tend to die a lot. But no, that's all because I like to, try crazy fits and stuff like that to see what'll happen. But you don't want. I'm getting off topic. You don't want to accept duels. Like, you'll find people that just try to duel, like they'll try to get you to duel them. You're thinking, oh, okay, they're probably around my skill level. No, they've been playing 10 years and they're just wanting to mess with you. Now you will get people that just mess with you. That's EVE. But usually if someone destroys your ship, even if you don't get out of there, say they destroy your pod too and everything, don't cry about it in local, because most of the people that do that stuff, they live for that. They call themselves salt miners. They're mining the salt from your tears, from you losing your ship. But what you can do is, say GF in local, good fight, or give them a salute, which I'll show you a salute here. It's a 07 salute. Or an O/ would be a wave or something like that. It looks like a little head with a hand saluting. But you can contact the people that destroy your ship. I've had actually quite a bit of good experiences that way. Like when someone takes me by surprise, or I thought I had a good fit, but they wrecked me. So I'd ask them, hey, what did I do wrong? And most of the time they'll tell you. Like, they'll be straight up with you and even give you advice sometimes. Like the community, they can seem kind of rough, but they're all really, well, not all real nice people, but there's a more nice people than not. Like, they might seem like they're just out to get you, but I don't know, they kind of are. But the EVE community is usually willing to help new players. So if you ever have any questions and you're no longer in the rookie help and everything, like, they have GMs. See the screen here? That's a GM. They're a moderator, and they try to answer any questions. But there are people here that have been playing the game for a while that will be in this section just trying to help new players. Like, they'll be mining and they'll open rookie help and see if they can answer any questions while they're doing it. You have your corp right here, which right now we're in. Well, I don't even think we're in the NPC corp right now. I don't know if it starts you in it. Yeah, so yeah, I forgot we chose that in character creation. School of Applied Knowledge is what I chose. You can create your new corporation from here if you want to make a player-ran corporation. You want to get into a player-ran corporation, but don't feel like you have to, because there are benefits and there are negatives. The negatives are you could be war decked. What that means is another corporation or an alliance can declare war against you, and that means even you're in high sec. There are different levels of security system. I will go over that. High sec, normally nobody should be able to attack you without the police showing up and destroying their ships. It happens, but their ships usually get destroyed also. Well, if you're war decked and what's called a war target, someone that you're at war with shows up, they can attack you, and no one's going to come to help you unless you have other corp mates in system that can try to stop them. But the police are just going to let it happen. All right, back to local. Local is important so you know who's in the system. Like this little green, that shows they're in my corporation. Purple would be alliance, but NPC corporations, because you start in an NPC corporation. NPC corporations don't have alliances. Now, see all these yellow here? These are links. Sorry, I was reading at the same time. You can. I would recommend most of the time not clicking on stuff unless it's a like people will post fits, asking questions or suggesting things. Like just be sure what you're clicking on, just like anything online. I usually disable show compact member list so I can see more people here, because you want to see as many people as you can on this list when you get into low sec and null sec. All right. There's different things like you zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. There's the tactical camera. Zooms way out and shows like a grid. Tactical overlay, you turn it on and off. First person camera. Scanners. You have your moon analysis. Probe scanners and directional scanners. Use probe scanners for like running combat anomalies and like their special ore sites. Like this cosmic signature is something you have to scan down with probes. That's more advanced stuff. But it'd be like a wormhole or a data site or a relic site or another combat site, a better combat site than this one, than these ones. They're special combat sites. Let's see, what else? Autopilot. Do not use autopilot. I know it's a feature in the game, but there are people in the game that if you're autopiloting to a destination, like say you're gonna go make some food and you have a long trip, so you decide you're just gonna autopilot and you're gonna go make your food and let it fly there. Well, there are people that will prevent you from making that trip because they will destroy you for being on autopilot. When you warp to gates with autopilot, you don't warp to zero. What that means is you've got distance between you and the gate when you come out of warp, and you have to slow boat, so you just fly like a normal speed to the gate automatically. And people see that and they know you're AFK. They know you're not at the keyboard. And they feel like it's their job to punish you for that. So yeah, I would recommend not ever using autopilot. Now, you do use this autopilot up here. I know it's confusing, but it's how you set your destinations and stuff. So like you know where you're going. Up here is your targeted window. So whatever you've clicked on last, like when I clicked on the row cloning thing, it shows up here. I could warp to it, warp to zero, or align. Look at, it's too far away to look at it. I can get info for it. Like it pops up a little window here, tell me about it. These windows all start out real small. Attributes. Right here, the overview. This is how you do everything in the game, pretty much. You like it shows you everything you can interact with, gives you important information. I don't know why it starts so small, because it's so important. Now, there's a lot of stuff that's not on here that I usually recommend, but I'll go over that in a later video. I don't want to throw too much at you. Want to actually do some of the tutorial here. Over here is your character sheet and your, it's the Neo column. And it's menus, like there's market, industry, tons of stuff. Feel free to explore it. Like this is the new map beta. It's been in beta for a long time. I don't like it. I actually like the old one better. I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm used to it. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Like you should check it out because you might like it better. Let's see. General, I think. Yeah, I don't like the new map, so it'll switch back to the old map for me. I do like the new probe and directional scanners though. I like the way that it is. So I always leave that on. A lot of the stuff you just want to mess with yourself for your own liking. You'll find people that say, you know, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. Really, it's up to you. Because you need to have the information that you need when you need it. So, and only you know what that information is. Like right now, you might not know what that information is, but as you get more familiar with the game, you'll know what you need to know to do what you need to do. It's like on my regular account, like I've got a lot more tabs here. I've got hostiles with drones. I've got a tab that has everything, so I can see everything I can click on that tab. Loot, I've got one special one just for salvage, even that only has Rex on it for when I want to salvage things. Yeah, and we'll go over our views in another video. Aura here, she's an AI. She used to have what's called opportunities, and you just went through the opportunities, and that was pretty much the tutorial. Now it's actually guided, and it's a lot better now. Like you don't feel like you're just being thrown to the wolves in the game. Now you actually get this little cool story that I don't really want to show you. I think you should experience it, and we'll pick up the next video after that. After we're all done with that. I'm trying to think of anything else I want to throw in here. Let's talk about security space. Your security status right here. Like 1.0 is as high as it goes. 1.0 down to 0.5 is considered high sec. As you go down in numbers, what we call rats or pirates, the NPCs that are in combat sites and stuff like that, they get harder. And also the police force, which is called Concord. There are also NPCs that protect you from, players that want to hurt you. They show up slower when something's happening. Like if you're being attacked, it takes them longer. Like at 1.0, it's almost instantly. They show up and Concord can, just blow the smithereens out of the aggressor. But further on down the list, it takes more time, and they might be able to destroy you. Like if you're in this little rookie ship and they show up in like some battleship or something like that, yeah, they're probably gonna destroy you. Like you don't have a chance there. But Concord will still get them. Now when you get into 0.4 all the way down to 0, that is low sec. Well, all the way down to 0.1. 0 actually becomes null sec, but that's low sec. Low sec, there is no Concord. There are gate guns. There are guns that are on gates, so if you get attacked at the gate, they'll protect you. But most of the time, people in low sec, people wait for you to get away from the gate and attack you. Then null sec, there's nothing. There's just other players out there, and like people, you might see videos telling you to avoid low sec and null sec. I would say as soon as you are interested in going out there, go. Like, don't be afraid to lose your ships. There's a rule in Eve. Don't fly anything you're not willing to lose. Not that you can't afford to lose. Sorry. You're going to lose ships. It's going to happen. You are going to get, think you're doing, real good, hitting a couple of data sites and relic sites, doing exploration, got, 300 mil in your cargo hold, 300 million ISK worth of stuff, and you're thinking, you're unstoppable. And then all of a sudden there's going to be a cloak to Stero, which is a pretty cool ship for exploration later on, but they'll show up and, just obliterate you. And you'll lose it all. I personally know, I have friends that, real life friends, that I talked them into playing this game before. And they, stayed in high sec all the time. And finally I talked them into going out into, null sec with me and stuff like that, because I like to sneak out there sometimes. But, because I've never been in a null sec alliance. Probably this time around I'm going to try to. But he went out there. He was meeting me out there. I was already out there, and all of a sudden he logged off, and I didn't know what was happening. So I actually called him to see what was going on. He got jumped. He got ganked. His ship was destroyed. He quit the game. It happens. People just can't handle the loss. So everybody loses ships. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there is stuff you can do about it, but you're going to lose ships. So don't spend all your money on one fancy ship and take it out and expect to have it forever. Because as soon as you spend all your money on that one ship, that's the ship that's going to blow up on you. All right, I've been rambling for too long. Go through and just follow what Aura says, okay? She explains it pretty well. Like, it's like I said, a lot better than when I first started playing, a couple years ago. And we'll meet back up after you're done with that. All right. Take care.